This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, we did the configuration related to electronic BRS in the last session. Now let us do the testing of EBRS to understand how the entries are getting posted, how system is able to read your MT940 format, what information is passed on from your MT940 bank statement line to the accounting document that gets generated on SAP. We took one sample bank statement yesterday related to manual BRS that we did. Let's say this is the manual bank statement that I took. From this manual bank statement, let me make one transaction so that we can pass EBRS statement and then we can check how this is actually working from MT940 format. So I will be testing one by one. I'm not testing all in one go. First, we will test based on individual account type or individual transaction type like NMSC, NCHG. Once we test one particular one, then we will test all together in a single statement. So that first we need to understand how the data is flowing in each of the external transaction type. Once we understand of each and every external transaction type, we need to upload a single statement with all the transaction types. So first what I am focusing is I am focusing on check receipt. This is what I am focusing. I'll be highlighting the green one, which will be our test scenario. So I'll take this statement down now. I'll cut this. So here I'll put external transaction type. For check, this will be NCHK. Let me put NCHK here. This is NCHK. Check issued. This is also NCHK. Next one, transfer. For the transfer, we will be using NTRF. This will be NTRF. This is also NTRF. Bank charges. Let's say bank charges is under NCHG. Last one, bank income, in short, interest. Bank income is under NMSC. So when we do electronic bank reconciliation statement, we need to make sure your check transactions are part of NCHK transaction type. Your transfer transactions are part of NTRF transaction type. All your expenses are part of NCHG transaction type. And all your income is related to NMSC transaction type. Now, if you look at here, there are certain transaction types repeating because in our statement, we have taken each transaction in a single time. Check receipt is appearing only one time. Check payment is appearing one time. Transfer incoming is one time. Transfer outgoing is one time. In short, each and every transaction is appearing one time in our statement. But the transaction type is getting repeated. Let's say NCHK we are able to give two times. NTRF is also we are able to two times, which means one NCHK talks about the positive number, another NCHK talks about the negative number. Similarly, one NTRF talks about positive number, the other NTRF talks about negative number. Here your transaction type plus debit credit or plus minus indicator will have to be combined. So you will have to create a unique code or you will be creating a unique value based on transaction type plus or minus a symbol. Now if I put NCHK, this is plus and this is NCHK minus, this is NTRF plus, This is NTRF minus. Charges are your expenses. Expense will reduce the bank balance minus. Miscellaneous is your income. Income will increase your bank balance. With this combination, we need to make sure these are not duplicated. Let me put the same color for this. Now, if you look at this key combination, if I put NCHK and this, it has become this. And if I take NCHK and this one, and if I take transfer and this account symbol and this one and the plus minus account, similarly this and this and this. So this is the key combination that you need to consider. If you look at this, there are no duplicates. Here if you see, NCHK is repeating it twice, NTRF is also repeating twice. But when you look at this, this is not duplicating anywhere, because the first one is NCHK plus, second one is NCHK minus. This one NTRF plus, NTRF minus, NCHG minus, NMSC plus. This represents the statement value should always be a positive number. Statement value should always be a negative number. So based on this, system is going to understand, identify whether a particular transaction to be a positive or to be a negative. Accordingly, system will do a addition or subtraction from the bank account balances. Now first to test, we will be proceeding with this green line, check received. To test this check received, we need to understand which interpretation algorithm we are using for it. We need to understand which interpretation algorithm we are using for it. Let's say for this one, we are using assignment number. We are using assignment number because based on our configuration for the check incoming, check outgoing, in short NCHK plus, NCHK minus, we have assigned assignment number which is 015 interpretation algorithm. Based on this, what system is going to do, in your payment document at your bank GL account line item, in the assignment column, whatever the value that you are maintaining must represent the check number. In the assignment column, whatever the value you represent in the assignment must represent the check number, because for your NCHK related transactions, you have instructed system go and verify the assignment number with the check number. Your statement contains the check number in empty 940 format. This check number will be validated or verified, matched with the bank sub GL account line item assignment field. If it is matching, it will clear the entry. If it is not matching, it will not clear the entry. First, let me create a test data so that you will understand what exactly is happening. Before I create any statement information, first let me pass one entry. So I'll simply pass FB50 entry. Once we test one cycle completely, then we will pass that testing using the actual bank transactions. We will post one vendor payment. From there, we will perform the BRS at the second stage. For the first stage, where we need to understand how entry is getting posted, we can pass any entry. For the initial testing, all you need is one open transaction line item in the bank sub account. This is what is the requirement to perform the initial testing. Once the initial testing is completed, we need to make sure your testing is accurate, your testing is proper. To make sure testing is accurate, testing is proper, for any sub account related transactions, for any check outgoing transaction, we will be normally issuing a check to a vendor. To issue a check to a vendor, you must have an invoice from the vendor. In short, you must be liable to a vendor. So you need to create a liability in vendor account, for which you need to create a vendor invoice. We need to create a vendor invoice and we need to make the payment to the vendor invoice. when you make the payment to the vendor invoice, two options. Option number one, make the payment to vendor using manual check payment process F-58 or automatic check processing using F110. Either F-58 payment must be recorded or F110 must be recorded. Cannot be a manual payment to a vendor wherein you will perform the BRS. That is not your actual practical testing. Okay, now let me record this entry. Here I have taken check date as 1st July 2023. So let me pass the entry with the same date. 1st July 2023. Let me change company code DEIN. 1st July. I'll say EBS 1, electronic bank statement 1. What is our bank GL account? This is our bank GL account, 1 to all zeros 40. So check incoming, I think we have taken 41. Canara Bank check incoming account is 41. Offsetting, let me take any GL account. Any account in 151. What is this? Now if you see this, it is giving an error message for the value date because we have assigned field status group G005 in which value date is mandatory. Let's say this check is issued on 1st July. I'll put this as value date. This is insurance premium. That is fine. Any one liability account is fine. Check incoming I will be debiting. The other offsetting account I will be crediting. This one I am going to take 20,000. Let me take 20,000 amount here. 20,000. While testing, you need to make sure all the parameters are tested, like cost center, profit center, value date. Every parameter is considered when you are testing EBRS, because these entries will get processed from the backend. If there are any problems wherever system is not able to assign profit center, cost center, or any additional errors that you are getting, we must understand why the errors are coming, what we need to do to avoid these errors or to automatically fill the respective value or the respective field in the bank statement. Now we were talking about check payment. For the check incoming payment, what we are thinking to clear this check incoming payment from the Canara check incoming account based on one interpretation algorithm which is 15 related to assignment. Now here what system is going to do, system is going to understand that in this particular GL account, the bank sub account, you need to make sure the assignment column is updated with, here is your assignment. Your assignment column is updated with check number. Let me take this check number. Here you have the check number. I'm not making any changes. The same statement we have posted using manual BRS, same statement with the same figures we are testing with electronic BRS. What I am giving assignment number with that check number. This assignment number must be updated against your check incoming account or bank sub GL account. Let me post this entry now. Now the entry is posted. Let me display this entry once, or I'll simply go to GL line item report FAGLL03. If I take 41, check incoming account, if I execute the report, this is what I am able to see. On this report output, if you look at the column assignment, if you look at this field assignment, this assignment field is displaying check number 765323. Now your BRS, which is your electronic BRS, is going to clear this open item from the check incoming account based on assignment field. Based on this assignment field, your electronic bank reconciliation statement is going to clear this with the help of interpretation algorithm 015, which is assignment. Let us verify if we are able to achieve this or not with EBRS testing. Now our test data is ready. You have posted one open item. Make sure your sub account is open item, which means you are able to see this red icon open symbol here. If this is not open item, we cannot test EBRS, because for us to pass the EBRS, we must require all the sub GL accounts to be open item managed. If these are not open item managed, you cannot perform BRS. Now, let me open the statement. I'll copy, paste. So I'll put this is NCHK plus. Okay, I'm just giving the file name as NCHK plus. I'll open this. Okay, I will be looking at this file and I'll be making my MT940 statement for testing purpose. As I said, the first one is your header information. The last one is your footer information. The first line, last line, you can ignore it. In between, whatever you have, tag number 20. So let me go up a little. Tag number 20 is a statement date. Now your statement date must be year, month, date format. So let me take year as 2023, 2023, month is July, which is 07. Date, let's assume that you are posting the statement on 1st July, or let's say you are posting the statement today itself. Let me take today so that there will be no confusion why we are taking backdated and all. I will take 27, today's bank statement. Next one is tag 25, which is account number. So this is your house bank account number. When we created the house bank, this is the account number we have created. I will copy this account number and I'll put this here. Here I will place the account number. First one is your statement date. Second one is your account number. Third one is your statement number. Let's say I'll take statement number as 101/1. Something like this I'll take. With today's date, statement number 1. Or 101 statement generated today in that first part or something like that. 101/1. Next, tag 60F. So what will be the tag 60F? This is your opening balance. Tag 60F is referring to opening balance. Opening balance you are always going to validate with your bank main account. Let us go to bank main account. I will update the GL account to the main GL account 12 all zeros 40. Let me click on execute. Currently in my bank main account there is no value. There is no value, it is 0. Since it is 0, what I will be doing, I will be taking my opening balance as 0 in the opening balance. But for that, tag 60F is what? C. C represents credit balance, D represents debit balance. If your bank main account contains a positive number, it should contain C. If your bank main account contains a negative balance, it should contain D. Which means positive value will represent C in the statement, negative value will represent D in the bank statement. Credit balance and debit balance. Since it is 0, I am going ahead with credit balance, which is 0, or C for credit balance. Next one is YY. This is your statement date. If you're talking about bank statement of 27 July 2023, your opening balance is as on 27 July 2023 at the beginning. Your closing balance will be on the same date at the end. So your statement balance must represent the statement date, that particular date opening balance, that particular date closing balance. If I say year, this is 2023, this is 2-digit year, I'll be replacing 23. This is month, this is your July month. July is month number 7. This is DD again, date, today's date 27. Now INR, this is your bank account currency. In which currency this bank account is maintained? Your bank statement is always received in the account currency, not in the other currency. Even though you perform the transaction in foreign currencies, what will bank do? It will debit or credit the equivalent account currency. It will convert your transaction into the account currency and then it will do a deduction. So your transaction is always represented in the account currency. This is INR and the opening balance is 0. INR opening balance is 0 because in the bank main GL account there is no value, that is why I am taking 0. Next one, tag 61, the transaction detail. In the transaction detail you have different criteria again. First one is your transaction date. So I will take the transaction date as first I'll take the transaction date as 1st July, sorry, not 1st July. This is my statement date. Statement date is 27 July, but when you generate the statement on 27th, it will give you the balance position as on 27. So whenever you generate the statement, you are going to generate a statement for a particular day or for a particular time interval. Let's say from 1st July till 27th July. If I'm talking about from 1st July till 27th July, my statement can contain the transactions which took place from 1st July to 27th July. Do not assume that this date is always your statement date. It is not like that. This is your transaction date. In the statement interval, whatever the date range you have put, in that date range, any transaction that took place will be appearing here with different dates. So what I will do here, for easy understanding purpose, I will take this date as statement date only. Let us assume that this is today's transaction. I'll put 27 07, no, this is year, 23 month, date is 27. We should not get confused here. This is YYMMDD format, year month date format. 23/07/2027, sorry, 2023/07/27. So year is 2023, month is July, which is 07, date is 27. This is your transaction date and this is your value date. This is your value date. Sometimes if the value date on the check or the check which is actually presented or whatsoever is different date than your actual date, this date will be used. So for easy understanding, I'll put a different date here. I'll put 07. I would say you received a check on 23rd, or you deposited check on 23rd, which will be value dated or which will be valued on, let's say, 23rd. I am giving a previous date. Okay, check date is 23rd and check presented in the bank is 23rd. Check date is 23rd July, which is presented or which is deposited in the bank on 27th. Now what I will do here, the moment you present the check in the bank, you will be presenting the check today, your transaction date will become today. But in the bank, this may be reflecting after 1 day or after 2 days. The day in which it is actually reflecting in your bank is called as your value date. Okay, the date on which the transaction is taking effect in your account is your value date. So if I'm depositing a check today, I am going to receive a receipt or I'm going to receive an acknowledgement stating that your check has been deposited. So I have deposited check today, but when this check is accounted in my account, let's say I will take future date 07, today is 27, I will be taking 30th. Okay, I am assuming that on 27th I deposited the check and on 30th it is credited to my account. Otherwise, to keep it simple, I will save the transaction date as 2307. I'll put this is accounted or added to your bank account today, but you deposited this on 24th. So that it will not create confusion. Later on, we will talk about the different scenarios which will make you understand the different transactions. Now here what we are talking about, we deposited check on 24th and this check took place as value date on 27th. So you are playing with two different dates here. We need to understand how these two dates will reflect or will represent while posting a transaction. So one date is 24, the other date is 27. Next one, is this a check deposit or a check issue? If this is a check deposit, this is a bank credit transaction. If this is a check issue, this is a bank debit transaction. How do you identify if it is a bank debit transaction, bank credit transaction? Is one sec. You are going to identify whether a transaction is bank debit or bank credit based on the nature of a transaction. If it is a deposit, this is going to add your bank balance. Any bank balance addition is a plus, either in accounting or in banking. Any addition is a plus. On the other side, if you're talking about a transaction which is a balance reduction, if your bank balance is getting reduced, then you are going to call it as outgoing transaction or a negative transaction. Now you need to look at this and you need to place debit credit based on the nature of transaction, which means you need to look at the transaction C or D. According to this C and D, you are representing a bank credit, bank debit. Always remember, your bank statement CD represents bank debit, bank credit, not accounting debit, not accounting credit. What scenario we are trying to execute now is, we are trying to execute something NCHK plus. We are trying to execute NCHK plus. Plus means addition. Plus means addition. Addition in your bank statement or addition in your bank is always a credit. Addition in your accounting is a debit. Addition in a bank account statement is a credit. So you need to put a C, which is credit here. The amount that you are talking about is 20,000. C followed by 20,000. 20 without any separator. You should not put 20 comma 000. Without keeping any separator in the amount, you need to just like that put the value followed by the 2 decimal. This 2 decimal is based on the currency. If decimal is applicable, put the decimal 0.2010 whatever. If not, keep 0.00. Now if you look at this, this is not point here, this is comma here. This is comma here. You need to follow the same decimal notation, whether it is comma or dot. Whatever is represented by the bank, you need to represent in the similar way. Even in your SAP bank statement, your system program is also going to detect decimal notation or decimal separator as comma only. Okay, if you get confused, if you try to put .00, then it will not detect the number, or it will read this 20,000 as 2 lakhs or 20 lakhs. So that kind of a confusions you should not get. Always remember amount with the decimal. Decimal is separated by comma, followed by the external transaction type. Followed by external transaction type. What kind of entry are we posting? We are posting check related entry. Anything which is related to check is represented by a 4-digit external transaction type or external transaction code, which is nothing but NCHK. NCHK is all about check related transaction. Now this NCHK will be represented either check issue or check receipt based on the debit credit indicator here. You have NCHK which is representing a check, followed by you have debit credit indicator here. NCHK-C represents check receipt, because you are going to credit only when you receive a check. NCHK-D represents check issued. You are going to debit only when you issue a check. Now NCHK I am giving. NCHK should be followed by, or NCHK immediately followed by the actual check number that is deposited. Whatever the check you deposited, make sure this particular check number is updated in the NCHK immediately the check receipt number or the check number. Now the check number here we are talking about is 765323. I'll put 765323. Make sure the same check number you have updated in the assignment column for the bank sub account. Now this is your bank sub account report, check incoming account. In this, if you look at the column, if you look at the field assignment, it is updated with 765323. This is automatically updated whenever you are processing check related transaction. Whenever you are going to process check related transaction, this is going to get updated automatically. We have a T code for it. When you run that transaction, all the bank check related transactions will be auto updated with check number, especially for outgoing checks. Either you can place those check numbers in the assignment column or in the reference column, which we will see in the next session. Now here we have updated the check number 765323. This is any additional reference number if you have. If you have the check related information, or if you have the transfer related information, that is always followed by the external transaction type. If you do not have anything, then here it is mentioned as no reference, non-reference. If there is no check number updated, if there is no other information related to the transaction, then it will reflect here as no reference. Now this is the additional reference number to the payee, or additional reference number to the payment holder or account holder. If it is relevant, you can put anything. I can simply put check deposit, something like this, or any number can also be there, but you are going to focus, or you are going to clear your BRS based on this number, which is immediately next to the transaction type, not next to double slash. This is before, or in short, immediately next to NCHK, your external transaction type. Whatever value you have, this is what you are going to interpret. When you are talking about interpretation algorithm, majority of the interpretation algorithms will read the value from tag 61 next to external transaction type. 765323 is we have given, and we have given check deposit. Next one is note to payee. This can be anything. Note to payee can be anything. This tag 86 note to payee can be structured. This can be unstructured. If we're talking about structured, this will have different taglines again. Slash will be there in between. If you are finding multiple slashes in between the text in the tag 86, this is your structured. If there is no tag, straight away it is written like this as a plain text, that is your unstructured. So what I will put, I can simply put check deposit 765323. I'll say DMart India, something like this. I'll put any information. This is note to pay. Who is the the person who issued the check, that name, check number, and then the transaction or the nature of entry is check deposit. This can be anything. I'll put this, and the last one is your closing balance. 62F is your closing balance. Here what I need to do, again I need to take my closing balance, whether my opening balance plus the transaction value, is it resulting a positive value or negative value. It can go either ways. Your closing balance can become positive, your closing balance can also become negative. Now your closing balance as on what date? Your closing balance is on the statement closing date. Your statement is for one single day, which is on 23rd 7 2027. Sorry, not 23rd 7. This is 27th July 2023. Now here you put the amount first. First, the opening balance is 0. For 0 opening balance, you are adding a credit balance of 2000. Credit balance means positive. 0 plus 2000 will be 2000. Now this will become 2000, your closing balance. Sorry, 20,000. Closing balance will be 20,000, and this 20,000 will be a credit balance in bank, which means it's a positive value. Positive value is represented by credit balance, that you are going to write C here. C is your credit balance. Now this closing balance is applicable on what date? Year 2023, month July 07, date is your 27, because we are extracting the statement on today's date. This is in short your bank statement MT940 if we update manually. If you receive this statement from the bank, same data will be there with additional information. Maybe here you will get different other information. Here the dates, amounts will get changed, but the content that you are able to see, the format, the logic that you are able to see will remain the same irrespective of any bank in MT940 format. Let me save this. This is my NCHK plus. This is my NCHK plus. Now what we need to do, we need to perform the testing. In order to perform the testing, we need to upload this bank statement and we need to process this. For performing this testing, what we need to do, let me open FF_5. I'll go to FF_5, bank statement, various format, Swift, multi-cash, BAR. Now the statement that we're trying to upload now is MT940 format. What we are trying to do is we are trying to import the bank statement. So you need to click on this import data, because you are importing the data from a notepad or from a file, and you have electronic bank statement format. If you open the drop down, you will find different options here: BAI format, and then you have Swift format, Swift MT940, and you have XML format. There are different other formats, but out of all this, the commonly used formats are, one is your MT940, the second one is BAI format. In countries like US, some other countries, BAI format is used. In your India, in various other countries, MT940 is majorly used. So what we are now trying to do is MT940 format. In MT940, as we discussed, there are two types of MT940 formats: MT940 structured format, MT940 unstructured format. How we are going to identify, how you are going to differentiate whether your MT940 is structured or unstructured is based on tag 86. If it is structured, your tag 86 is going to contain different separators like slash, some other codes will be there. These codes bank will provide it to you. If you find information in that way, you will have to select MT940 structured. If your tag 86 does not contain any special characters like slash and all to separate the data, then this is your unstructured. In that case, you need to select unstructured. In ECC versions, you will have only two options: structured and unstructured. But in S4HANA, you can see another thing called as MT940 field 86 structure recognized automatically. We were talking about structured, unstructured is decided based on the tag 86. Here it is clearly mentioned field 86 structured, field 86 unstructured. This is based on the tag 86. Now how you will understand? Based on the separator. So the moment you look at it, you can easily find out. For example, if I look at this, if I put check deposit, and then if I put a slash here, and then if I put another slash here, I am separating the data based on a slash. This represents my tag 86 is in a structured format. I'm structuring the data, or I'm separating the data based on the different transaction codes. If I'm not using it, this is unstructured format. We are not using this, or whether you use it or you do not use it, you have an option available here. You have an option available which can talk about structure recognized automatically. System will look at the tag 86, automatically it will read it as structured or unstructured. Let me pick this. Tag 86, structure recognized automatically. Next one, statement file. In the statement file, we need to upload the actual MT940 bank statement that we received. Remember, in the MT940 bank statement, now for the testing purpose, what we are doing, we are editing this. When you are working in any project, you are not supposed to make any corrections in it, not even a dot. You are supposed to edit in the MT940 format. Strictly no manual intervention in the bank statement. Whatever the statement you receive from the bank, as it is, upload it in the system without even making any changes, not even a dot. You're not even supposed to put a dot in the bank statement. Upload as it is received from the bank into the SAP system. If there are any errors, you need to understand why errors are coming, why system is not able to read the bank statement. So if you are going and fixing, modifying the data manually in the bank statement, it is not allowed. Okay, since we are practicing, we are testing it, we are editing bank statement, everything from our side manually, but do not think that this is how you will be working in a project. Nobody will work like this. In any project, statement will come as it is from the bank. As it is, you will be uploading in the bank without even making any modifications in it. Alright, now upload the statement file F4. I saved this file on the desktop. On desktop, I have saved it with the name NCHK plus. This is what I have given. Now line item file, I'm not using it. This is used for different other formats. We are not using this for MT940. Line item is not used for MT940. For MT940, you will be using only statement file. Next one, whether you want to post immediately or you want to post as batch input session. If you click on post immediately, it will get processed in front end, which you are not supposed to do it. Even when you're in any real environment, even when you're in any project, even when you're testing as a unit testing or UAT. Make sure you always process as a batch input session. Always you process it as batch input session, not a post immediately. Do not do it. Tick generate batch input session. And if you come down, you have cache management. If you have treasury cache management implemented, if you want to update any other information related to cache management, you will update it. As of now, this is not relevant to us. Next one, you have something called algorithms. In this algorithm, you have Bellner, you have XBLNR. Bellner is nothing but document number. Bellner is nothing but document number. XBLNR is nothing but reference number. Sorry. Bellner is nothing but document number. XBLNR is nothing but reference number. Now this is clearly talking about algorithms. This is clearly talking about algorithm. Whatever the testing that we are doing currently is based on an algorithm called 015 assignment. Our interpretation is not based on document number. Our interpretation is not based on reference number. If your interpretations are not based on document number, if your interpretations are not based on reference number, we are not supposed to put this. This is irrelevant because you are not going to keep any interpretation. You are not interpreting any open item based on document number. If you are interpreting any algorithm based on the document number, you need to give the document number range here. From what number to what number system should consider as document number from your bank statement. Because in your bank statement, system is going to interpret or system is going to assume that this is the document number. So what you need to do for system to understand, because there are so many numbers in the statement, you want a system to identify a particular sequence or a particular thing as a number. For that to happen, you need to give a range. So from that range, whatever system can find in the tag 61, tag 86, it will assume it as Bellner or document number range. It will try to look for the matching number for the same number that it has found on the statement in the open item transaction. Right? So in general, when you are using algorithms related to Bellner, algorithm related to XBLNR, we need to update it. Let us not update this now because this is not relevant for us. We are testing only a single statement. In this single statement line, we are using assignment. Assignment is your ZUONR. You don't find any column, any field representing ZUONR or assignment. We are not performing BRS based on document number BELNAR. We are not performing BRS based on reference XBLNR. I am not going to update anything here. I will leave it blank. Next one, print bank statement in the output control. Click on print bank statement, print posting log, print statistics. These three you can tick. You can also tick separate list. I'm not taking separate list. Just press enter. I pressed enter. Even though I did not put this, it is not giving me any error message, any warning message. I did not put purposefully because my transactions are not related to Bellner document number, XBLNR reference. I am not interpreting document numbers. I am not interpreting references. I am straight away interpreting assignment field. So for me, these are irrelevant for this particular statement. These are not relevant. Once you input this information, click on execute. When you click on execute, now there is a file which is uploaded here. System is asking you to provide the permission to read that file. System is asking you to provide the permission to read this file. Click on remember my decision and click on allow. Now this update you will get whenever there is a new file name. If I am allowing permission now, second time when I create another file name, it's a different file. So system will again ask, can I open this file? So if you put one time, don't think that next time it will not give error. If the file name is changing, it will ask you again. If you put the same file name, it will not ask you again because you have already given permission to open this file. It is clear. It is not talking about the folder permission. It is asking about file permission. Whenever file name changes, it will ask you for the permission once again. Click on allow. It is giving a message. Account, this is your account key, this is your account number, this is your account currency. Statement is not in the bank data storage. This is fine. This is the first statement. Click on continue. This is just an information. Ignore it. When you click on continue, this is what you are getting as the output. So what output you are able to see? This is the CBCI. This is your posting rule that system has detected. How system has detected a CBCI? If you go up a little, CBCI it has detected based on NCHK, and incoming CBCI. What you have given, let me go a little right side. You have given NCHK on your statement. NCHK is here, and then you have given C. C means positive, debit balance. According to NCHK positive, which is plus. With the combination of plus and NCHK, system has detected that it has go to CBCI posting rule. That is what you are able to see here. Where is this? Okay. Here it has detected CBCI. Next one, if you go right side, this is your FB05. In the manual statement, we have already understood there are two types of postings. One is FB01 posting, the other one is FB05 posting. FB01 posting is related to bank direct entry. FB05 is related to bank clearing entry. This is a clearing entry. It has updated FB05. Document type, it is going to post SZR. Document type, it is going to post SZR. and the debit it is going to post to this account, Canara Bank main account, for the amount 20,000, and it is going to clear Canara Bank incoming account. Here there is no posting key because in your posting rule for CBCI you have given posting key for debit, which is Canara Bank main account. For the credit you have not given any posting key. That is why posting key blank here. GL account number system has automatically detected based on this. In your CBCI you have given account symbols there. Based on the account symbol, this is the GL account which is getting determined, and this is the GL description. In this GL account, system is going to identify the open item based on a field called ZUONR. It is going to identify the open item based on a field called ZUONR. The value will be 765323. System is going to perform, or system is going to verify the open item in this sub account with this particular field ZUONR. ZUONR represents assignment column. In the assignment column, it is going to match this number. This number it has detected from your bank statement here. NCHK followed by whatever you have, this is detected. It did not detect check deposit because this is not related to your interpretation algorithm according to statement. From the statement, it is always going to take the value which is immediately next to the transaction type. 765323 it has detected here. It did not take check deposit. This is just the additional reference information. Now this is what it has taken according to your interpretation algorithm assignment. Assignment value is coming here. From the statement, it is properly reading the value. Just go back one level. This is what you can see. This is the similar information that you saw on your manual bank statement. Same information you are able to see here also. The moment you press escape on the keyboard or the moment you press back on the keyboard, this screen will appear. These are appearing because in the output control you have selected a different check boxes. Now let me come back. This is third one, because in my MT940, in my FF.5 or FF_5, I have selected 3 checkboxes. That is why 3 different outputs system is giving me. This is your bank opening balance 0, total debits in the bank statement 0. If you look at the statement, opening balance tag 60F is 0. Your opening balance is 0. Total debit, there is no debit transaction here. You have only a single transaction. Debit credit of that transaction is identified in the tag 61. In the tag 61, there is only a single transaction, and here it is talking about C, which is credit. In your tag 61, you are talking about credit, which is a C. So that is why this 20,000 is reflecting under total credit 20,000. There is no D, there is no debit. That is why your debit is 0. Opening balance and the debit credit sum is your closing balance. 0 plus 20,000 is 20,000. 0 opening balance, 20,000 credit. Your closing balance is 20,000 credit. Credit means positive number. That is why we are able to see a positive number here. This is the transaction information. Opening balance is 0, and this is the first transaction. If you see value date, and you will see the bank posting date. If you look at the tag 61, first date that I have given is 23/07/24. 23/07/24. Now this 23/07/24 is taking as value date, and 04/27 is your bank posting date. So what we have listed here, I think this seems to be ulta. I have listed here. 1 minute, let me rectify it. Okay, fine. We did not write what date it is here. So from this, the first date is your value date, and the second date is your bank posting date. Clear? First one is value date, second one is posting date. These things you need to represent here, because people might ask which date represented or what dates are represented in your tag 61. You need to talk these 2 dates. First date is your value date, second date is your bank posting date. Now let me come back. You got three outputs because you have selected these three checkboxes in the output. If you don't select these checkboxes, the outputs that we have seen now cannot be visible. Now the statement has been created or uploaded in the system. Since you have selected generate batch input, it would have created a batch input session. To select any batch input session, to process any batch input session, it is SM35. Go to SM35. In SM35 with my ID, this has been generated. Select this, click on process. When you click on process for the first time, remember you have to do it process foreground. Once you execute one or two times, then you should not do process foreground. You should strictly do display errors only. If there is an error, it will give a pop-up. If no error, it will get executed in the backend. But for the first time, when you are testing, strictly foreground so that you will understand how entry is getting posted by the system. Press enter. Now this information is being updated. Now look at the statement, verify this information. It is taking document date, posting date. What date it is taking? Document date is 2707 and posting date is also 270723. So it is taking this date 2707 and here also it is taking 2707. Now for us to understand which date it is taking in the document, which date it is taking in the posting, because you have given 24 here and this 24 is not appearing anywhere. At both the places this is taking 27. So you need to be very conscious, very clear about this date updation. Is this 27 one time representing the statement date? Is this document date representing the statement date? And is this posting date representing this date? This you need to understand. Otherwise, we will end up getting into unnecessary confusions. So the document date here, it is representing the statement date. The posting date here, it is representing this date. In the previous screens, when we uploaded the bank statement, when we went back, you got the output screens. Their system was showing the first date as value date, this it was showing as valid date, and this it was showing as posting date. 0727 is coming from here from the transaction as posting date, document date is coming from your statement as the statement date. Next one, it is talking about CANB, CANB1, 123, 101. This is nothing but your house bank, account ID, fiscal year, statement number. CANB, CANB1 is your house bank and then account ID. 23 is your statement year. If you look at this statement, this statement has got the year as 2023. In this, the first two digits is represented as reference. 23 is representing statement year 2023, followed by the statement number. This 101 is nothing but statement number here. This is what it is taking in the reference. Next one, in the document header text, you will find a number. All zeros followed by 394 000 or 001. This is nothing but statement line item or the statement header information which is posted in the BRS related table. Now if you wanted to understand how many line items are updated in this particular statement, for every statement system is going to create one short key. There is something called short key. This short key is nothing but your document header text. There are different tables which will store your EBRS information. In that EBRS tables, if you want to retrieve the data of this particular statement, you need to open BRS posting entry. In that you will find a document header text. In the header text you will find short key. This is nothing but short key. With this short key you can update or you can verify how many line items were posted in this statement. This is not any document number. This is automatically updated the next available number for each BRS statement that you are processing in EBRS. And in the clearing text, you are able to see check deposit, DMAT, this and all. This is a clear information about your tag 86. Whatever the information you are able to see on the tag 86, it is coming here, plus the interpretation algorithm. This document was interpreted based on the assignment number. Assignment number it is taking here at the beginning, followed by the tag 86. Interpretation algorithm, which means this one NCHK followed by whatever the value you have, this value plus tag 86 information, note to payee, it is representing in the clearing text. Next one, it is taking posting key 40, GL account, bank main account, enter. You can move this somewhere right side, and here if you see amount it is taking, value date it is taking 2407. Now here if you see, this date is coming here, 2407 is coming here, 2407 it is taking this date here. Now this information is what we need to understand, because tomorrow your client will tell this date is getting updated incorrectly, how this date is coming, where the system is picking this date. These kind of questions your users, your client will put you in your interview, in your real environment. Similarly, these are possible points to be raised in your interview. This date is appearing as your value date, because this information is clearly represented in your bank statement output. First one is value date, second one is posting date. It has gone to the posting date and the other one has gone to the value date. And in the text, it is taking the tag 86 plus the interpretation algorithm. And if you click on next, and here it is taking choose open item, company code it has passed, it is passing the bank sub account, account type GL, and if you press enter again, it is taking field ZUONR. ZUONR is nothing but assignment. In the assignment, it is going to find 765323. This is your 765323. This information it is going to find. This information we have already updated in the bank sub account in the assignment column. If system finds this information in the assignment, this line item will be knocked off or this line item will be cleared. I'll come here, I'll press enter. Now this is giving an error message, exchange rate different accounts are incomplete. Now these kind of errors are possible. This is related to open item management. Now remember, any bank GL account or any house bank newly that you create, this is another point to be remembered. The moment you create a new house bank, if somebody is asking, make sure you inform them along with the house bank, I am creating only 41, I am not creating others now, but remind me when we test the other points tomorrow, somebody remind me that we need to update this setting. For now I am updating only for 41. Okay, now I have updated this. Let me click on simulate once again. Now I'll click on post. Now I did a little manual intervention here because there was an error. I am able to fix that error, or I am able to update it manually. Let me click on post. Otherwise you need not post this, it gets auto posted if there are no errors. Now the entry is posted. If I go to session overview, it will be under processed. Where is it? This is posted. Processed. Okay, it is not appearing here, just ignore it and go to the bank sub account line item. Now according to us, we have cleared it. It should not be appearing as open item. Let me go here, list, refresh. This is not appearing, which means this is cleared based on your interpretation algorithm assignment. Now if I go to main account, my main account is supposed to show 20,000 open balance. This is showing 20,000 open balance or 20,000 available balance. This 20,000 is tallying with your current statement closing balance. When you do a next statement, which is your 102, it must be either 102 your statement number can be, or your statement number can be 101/2. So let's take that we will be creating the next statement tomorrow with 102 statement number. When you create the next statement, your opening balance should be the closing balance of a previous statement, which should exactly match with the bank main account balance. This verification, if you are not able to follow, then you will be in trouble. Now another point that you have to remember here is, once the statement is processed, you will have to verify the statement in FEBAN, FEBAN. In this FEBAN, pass your company code DEIN, and you can give house bank account ID. This is your Canara Bank, and account ID is Canara Bank 1. And here in the item data, make sure you select all items for both. It must be all items. If you select only open item, it will not reflect certain times. You need to make sure under item data everything is all items. Since there is only one statement, I am not giving. Otherwise, you can put statement number 101/1 or the statement date. Click on execute. When you click on execute, this is how it is representing. This representation is normally not user friendly to the users. Your users will not be fine with this. So in this, what you need to do, you need to make sure this representation is in a right meaningful situation or right meaningful condition. For that, you need to change a setting, a layout, so that this representation will come in a proper format. So what I will do, I'll just go back. Now, if you look at this, if I want to know what is the document number it is processed and all, I'm unable to get additional information related to this. It is showing statement is processed, but I'm not able to see how it got processed. If it processed a document number, what is the document number, I'm not able to see. For this to happen, there is one setting that you need to do. You need to open your user profile. For opening user profile, you need to go to SU01, or let me see if I can find this in SU3. You can even go to SU3. Go to SU3 transaction code. In the SU3 transaction code, if you go to parameters, in the parameters you will get different parameter IDs. Scroll down. There is one parameter to see the FEBAN screen in a proper way, in the old way. The way FEBAN appears in the ECC screens is different. The way it appears on the S4HANA is different. In ECC, the way it appears is called as your FEBAN screen. In S4HANA, whatever it is showing is not called as a FEBAN screen. This is called as a different screen. In S4HANA, whatever the thing that you are able to see, this is not called a FEBAN. There is another T code for it. Right? So let me find out the T code. Something starts from FEBBS SE93. To find out the transaction codes, it starts somewhere FEB_BS. Yes, this one. Bank statement post processing. This is the T code that gets opened when you go to FEBAN in S4HANA system. Okay, this is the screen that you are able to see there. Even when you put FEBAN, you will be redirected to this screen in S4HANA system. FEBAN is redirecting you to this particular screen, FEB_BS PROC, bank statement processing. Now I don't want this. For this, there is a parameter which is FEB_bank statement process_UI, user interface. This is the parameter. 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 This is the para does not exist. Let me open the drop down. Click on find. FEB underscore BS PROC underscore UI. FEB underscore BS PROC underscore UI. Not appearing. Here you need to put normally FEBAN. Am I giving any space? No. Okay, I'll check what is the actual parameter. I think somewhere I am giving wrong. F4. Yeah, this one. FAB underscore let me select this. Did not take parameter ID. What is this? Control Y, copy. Okay, this there is no underscore for it. An entry already exists. FEB underscore PROC. There's no UI. This already updated. Where is this? Okay, this is already here. That is why it is not taking. Let me change this. FEB underscore bank statement. I'll put FEBAN here. I've taken FEBAN here. Continue. User changed. Now let me open FEBAN again. If I open FEBAN again, now you will find this in a different way. Variant is blank and you select enhanced functions and you click on background or with errors in the foreground. Differential type, you can take partial or residual payment, anything or blank. Click on, it will not taking. You take partial or residual. I am just taking residual. Continue. So here I'll put all lines, maximum number. Some other information it is missing. Continue. Enter a valid value. Okay, I'll put in background. Let me cancel this. Somewhere it is not detecting. One sec. I'll take partial payment in background. Okay, it is expecting that value to be background. If you put foreground, it is not taking. You need to put background only. Here also I'll put company code, house bank, account ID, all transactions. If I click on execute, It is telling no bank statement found. DEIN, all items, execute. Now it is appearing in the similar way, which means that setting that we updated is not actually working the user profile. /n su3 parameters. Just let me remove this parameter. I'll put FIBAN here. Let me type FEB underscore BS PROC underscore UI. Does not exist. Okay, if it is not coming, I'll tell. I think somewhere I am missing this. FIBAN. It has to display in a different way here. If you come to FIBAN, the old screen will reflect here. This is background. This is go to next item. FIBAN. Continue. Let's say partial. Enter a valid value. Read more items. I'll put 999. Continue. Background. Enter a valid value. What else is there? It is expecting this here. DEIN. If I put all this, oh, it's coming the same one. Is this because I already kept this open, the screen? Let me come out of this screens and then reopen. FIBAN. It's not working. I'll check and then let you know why it is. No, it's not. It's still giving the old variant. I will check what is the exact parameter ID and then I'll show it tomorrow. Otherwise, any questions on this?
Sir, in statement, if the multiple transaction come, that all the tags will first come in the order, next again the tag will get repeated, sir.
Yeah. For the tax, you mean to
Finally,
say that we will see in the separated testing. We will post with how the tax is posted. For this, we will be using interpretation algorithms and all.
not tags, sir. Tag number tags. What we have mentioned 20, 62, 68. That tag
Yes,
in the statement.
correct. Yes, it will get repeated for your tax line item you're talking, no?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, it will get repeated for the tax amount.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. All right, then practice this once. Okay, and then have a look at this one also and see if you are able to find any this one here. I will check. This is what I think I used in my previous project, right? I think I don't remember the parameter ID properly. I'll find out which parameter we've used in the there, so that you will get the previous screen that is more friendly in your FIBAN. By opening the statement, you can find out the opening balance, closing balance, how many entries are posted, how many not posted. You will get clearly detailed picture there. Okay, I'll show that tomorrow. I'll find out what it was, and then I'll show you tomorrow morning class. All right then. So practice this. Make a note of all your doubts, issues, errors that you're facing, so that I'll clarify in the tomorrow's session. Okay then, let me stop the recording.